you guys doing today? It's Dale from Indie Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing Melonare quad channel wireless microphone system. How you guys doing? Today, I'm doing my setup a little different. I actually have this microphone system connected to my podcast mixer, and that podcast mixer is the Tascam Mixcast 4. A little shortly, I'll show you. I'll break out my Ordro M5, and I'll actually show you the footage like behind the camera. But for right now, because I wanted to do two setups. I wanted to do the setup with the podcast and kind of let you guys hear how that sounds and also see as well. And then I wanted to do that also, which probably would more people would use more than not, which be a PA system, whether if you're a DJ or if you're at a church somewhere or if you're speaking at an engagement. I kind of want to just give you both two ways that you can use this microphone system and also let you hear the audio quality of it. I do want to say this is the Melonare MWM-41F model. In case you guys wanted to know, I will leave that in the thumbnail in the title, so you guys could find it. And I'll also leave a link down below. I'll leave an affiliate link if you guys want to go ahead and purchase this microphone system. I think it's really a great microphone system. One of the things that I like about it, that I will say, is that, and this is probably now my DJ / audio engineer mind from back from when I first started in audio engineering, and I used to do live sound. Is that one of the things that I love about it, even before I took it out of the box. Well, I'm sorry, once I took it out of the box, is that all the microphones channels are colored. Like right here, the one I'm using is red. This is channel A. I'll cut this off and cut on channel B. This right here, this is channel B, and it's orange. You see that? Now I'm going to cut off B and cut on C, which is green. Right now, this is channel C right there, and this is green. And finally, this is channel D, and this is blue. Four microphones. That's a lot. And one of the things that I also wanted to add too was that I really love is that yeah, I'll stick with channel B. You only turn the volume up. Well, it's fine. One of the things I want to say, out of the box, the volumes were like maxed out. So when you get these and you actually do use them, do make sure you turn those volumes down. You don't want to be talking, and it's just too loud or start speaking. So that's one of the things I realized. I was like, why are the volumes maxed out for? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. One of the things that I like about this wireless mic system is that they give you two ways. I'm holding up four fingers, two ways. They give you two ways to actually hook this up. They give you a 1/4 inch, and you're able to connect all channels. If you put a 1/4 inch in, right now I took the 1/4 inch and put it inside my podcast mixer. Most podcast mixers or audio interfaces are combo jack, where you either use XLR or 1/4 inch. So I took the 1/4 inch and I put it on channel 1 on my podcast mixer, and then I hooked it up to the back of the receiver for the microphones. Or they have it where you can just run each individual channel via XLR cable right here. Now I will note that they don't come with the XLR cable. They do come with the 1/4 inch. So if you want to run XLR cable to each individual channel, you will have to purchase XLR cables yourself. They don't come with XLR cables. I just want to kind of give you that insight, but I don't think that's really a big deal. Again, you could probably buy the XLR cables yourself on Amazon or eBay, they're not going to cost you that much money. You can actually get them like this if you want to. This is actually a 2-pack. I'm sorry, where they're merged together. And because I use them for when I DJ for my turntables, the Rain One, and I hook it up to my PA system, which I'm about to show you shortly. So yeah, it's a great system. It's massive. Like you're gonna see shortly, it is massive. When I took it out of the box, I was like, man, this is freaking huge. It's a nice system. The antennas are huge as well. The antennas are detachable. That's one of the things I'll say that I like about it is that the antennas are nice size. They're detachable. So if you want to take them off, they also come with uh I guess a thing where you can mount them on a rack. Let me open the box up real quick. I was trying to close the box up. Hold on. They do come with I want to open it because I'm not going to use it. But if you wanted to mount this receiver in a rack, they do have the I guess the mount rack with screws, and they also have it on the side of the and I'll show you shortly they also do have it on the side of the receiver where you can also mount those screws if you wanted to put it inside of a rack. If you did decide to put it inside of a rack, you'd probably have to remove the antennas first. Depending on how long the rack is, you might be able to point the antenna straight back instead of sticking up. I'm not sure how that would work out. One of the things that I did want to say is that one of the things that I'll say you probably are going to have issues with because I watched it on a YouTube video is that if you're in a church or in an environment where there's like a lot of different devices going on, you're probably going to run into some type of interference. Like I would even say that the way that I'm using it now with just the 1/4 inch, which is basically running all 4 channels into my mixer, and not doing it individually, you probably wouldn't be able to do that in a church or an environment where there's like other stuff going on because of the interference. You probably would have to run each individual channel individually onto a mixer board. Again, I don't think that'd be an issue. And again, hey, listen, I could be wrong. I don't know. That would just be my opinion. I know back when I used to DJ, that was an issue that we were running into quite often. Is that whenever you're trying to do certain connections or trying to do Bluetooth things or Bluetooth this or wireless mic this, wireless mic that, sometimes you run into interferences. I will say that since the time I started DJing to now, a lot of the audio gear have gotten a lot better into putting things inside of them that can help kind of mitigate that. So I think that you'll be okay or good. But I think there's something to give thought to. If you're using this setup for you're a DJ and you're just doing parties, I think you'll be fine. I think that the issue will come is if you're in a church or if you're a band and you start to have other instruments or other pieces of audio gear. I think that's really when you're gonna you could see an issue with the interference. I also saw on a YouTube video where a guy was having issues with the last channel, because I know you could actually program these to be on a different frequency, each individual channel. And I think the issue which I was seeing on videos is that they were saying that it wasn't something that was very easy to do, but of course it's definitely in the manual. I'm not going to do that. I don't really see the point. I don't think the average person who gets this, if you're using this for karaoke at your house or if you're just a DJ, you're going to have issues with that. The people who are going to have problems with this are people who get it for maybe a hall, a club, or a church, or a band. I think those are the individuals that are going to have issues with maybe the frequencies and the cut in and outs and things like that because of the different channels that might be occupied. Something else might be also be on that same channel that you're just not aware of. So I think if you're a DJ, this is for your home, for karaoke, you'll be fine. If you're in a band, church, or at a club somewhere, you guys might have issues with that. But again, it's in the manual. I'm sure you can figure it out. It's nothing that's too difficult. I don't even see the point in dealing with it, because most of the time when I DJ, I probably just use one or two mics. I don't, even if that, so, and then also too, when I DJ, I usually will just use one wired mic. Hey, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's a neat setup. Real quick, I will switch to the different microphones real quick, and then I'll actually take you to my audio camera M5 and show you my actual setup and let you see the podcast setup before I switch over to my PA system. I keep it this way so you can actually see that I'm actually using a different microphone. But one of the things that I'm gonna do right now, this is C, which is green. I'm gonna just go, C, B, A, and different things like that. So nothing again, and that's more so that you see that it's just colored. That's it. So I'm gonna cut this off and go to B, then A. And right now I'm using B, and B is orange. So yeah, here we go. Gonna cut this off and go to A. Yeah. I will say, because I'm in a room, I really can't test the range on this, but they do say that the range is good for 200 feet. But and again, I'll say that the average person that's using this, and again, unless you're in a church or a club or a band, I don't see you actually going 200 feet. Really, I don't see you really going 30 to 75 feet. I see is the average use that people may use this. Again, I haven't tested that feature out, but I don't see that. I don't see the average user of this, who decides to get this microphone system. I don't see you going past 75 feet. 35 to 75 is probably if I had to guess, is the range. I just don't see nobody going up 200 feet. Unless you just want to test the microphone. Like, I'm gonna go outside and set up my PA system and go 200 feet. Okay, but for the purpose of the video, I'm not doing that. I'm in a room. I'm in a studio, a podcast studio / room. This room isn't 200 feet, so there's no way for me to actually test that. And so, by the way, the camera that I'm using is the Highland Venus Air. People always live air. People always ask me in the comments sometimes, like, what camera are you using? So yeah. So now I'm gonna pick up my other Ordro M5 and actually show you my setup real quick. And yeah, and then we'll go. I'll hook up my PA system to this as well, and yeah, we can go from there. So right now, like I said before, I have this microphone system, and it's right here above my camera. Let me move my camera real quick, and you can see right here, it has the different colors. This is A, which is red, B, which is orange, C, which is green, and D, which is blue, as you can see right here. And right here, if I pick up the microphone right here and I start talking, you can't hear it because this microphone system isn't plugged into my the Ordro M5 is plugged into my Venus camera. But you can see right here, the level right here. You can also see right here channel 1. I have channel 1 hooked up, and right here you can see right here, right there, and so yeah, that's my setup right now. I know it's kind of darker here. I apologize for that. I guess the lights are on me and not on the actual setup. I hope that is a little better. Again, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So the mixer, the Tascam Mixcast 4 mixer, and right now I'm about to plug into my PA system. For the PA system, I'll do both XLR. I'll do both XLR, and then I'll also do just 1/4 inch as well. And what I will do is, for the purpose of this video, I will turn on the light in this room so you can actually see a lot better. Okay, here we are. I'm using my Ordro M5. So right now I do have it on my PA system, as you can hear. I don't have any kind of external microphone on the Ordro M5. You can actually just hear the audio that you're hearing. It was coming out of the speaker right here. being picked up by the native microphone on the Wardrobe I said Wardrobe M5. So kind of give you a good idea of how you could actually use that. Right now, again, you can hear, right? You can hear the audio from the speaker, and the microphone happens right here. It's it's red, so it's the A channel, and again, you can hear what it sounds like. In a moment, I'm gonna actually plug it up XLR, so you can actually kind of hear. It will see if you can hear a difference. If there is a difference, there isn't really. There's a difference, and I'll kind of explain that in the conclusion of the video. But for right now, I just wanted to show you this is the second setup. The second setup would be if you are a DJ or playing at a club, or if you do a church, because this is a mixer, 6 channel. Well, 8 channels, but really it's 6 channels. As far as XLR, well, it's 4 channels are XLR, 2 are 1/4 inch, and the other 2 are RCA. So 4 XLR input channels, 2 1/4 inch channels, and 2 channels that you can use RCA. So I'll be closer in case you can't see the XLR 1, 2, 3, 4, the 1/4 inch 1 right here, and the RCA 1, 2. So there we go. So let me plug it up now, XLR, and let's see how that sounds. Now, right now, I do have them plugged up via XLR, and one of the things I can tell you off the jump, and you can probably hear it right now, is when you use XLR to each individual channel, the freaking volume is like amplified times like 4 or 5. I actually had to turn the volume knob down on the receiver, because when I initially put it in there, I was like, wow, that's hot. So I think that's initially what you'll notice, is that the actual audio when you're using XLR is much better quality than using XLR, because when you're using the XLR cable, you're using for each individual channel, versus when you're using the 1/4 inch, you're just using it for all 4 channels. So maybe in some form or fashion, it kind of divides the dB. I'm not sure if you're somebody in the comments, just let me know if you think that's what's going on. But I will say that I know for a fact that anytime you use a microphone, and if you're able to use it as a separate channel versus a collective together with other microphones, you're always going to get a better signal if you use it by itself. That's a fact. It's just louder. And let me pick up microphone B. Okay, here we go. So right now I have microphone B, which is orange. You can see right here. The other 4 are right here. So yeah. So again, this is the setup that you can go with. Again, you can go with the podcast mixer, or you can just go with the actual PA system, which you would probably use if you're a DJ at a church or you're a band. I'll give you my final conclusions. Just keep in mind that if again, I think this microphone system, it's really great for pros and people just home doing karaoke recreationally. So I think that for a DJ, the 1/4 inch the 1/4 inch hookup with this microphone receiver is ideal if you're a DJ who needs more channels on a mixer that you may be using, or maybe you just used it. Maybe the only mixer you use is the one that's on your turntables. Cool. But also too, again, if you're that person that does karaoke at home, and like I have a Bluetooth speaker. It's a party Bluetooth speaker with 2 8-inch speakers as well, but it also you can connect a microphone into it 1/4 inch, and so but it only has 1 input. So I think that for my wife and myself, if we want to do karaoke with the kids, that setup is actually wonderful, because you only need you get 4 microphones and you only need 1 XLR cable. Wonderful. would not want to use that setup for as relates to the XLR into one channel. Is anybody doing a band, a live sound, a church, or a podcaster? Like for instance, I realized that, you know, if you're gonna use a 1/4 inch into one channel, one of the things that you're doing if you're a church or, you know, or using this for a ministry at a church or a podcaster is essentially you're only going to be using, you're taking those 4 channels and making them one, which is never a good idea when you're doing a live performance or you're doing a podcast, because what if somebody on a podcast is talking too low? If you bring up the volume on one channel, you bring it up on all the channels. So for podcasting and like a live performer or a band, you want those individual channels. So if you're someone, a podcaster, or you're in a band or a church, you actually want to use this with each individual channel. So you would actually want to have XLR cable to each individual channel, which means you would need 4 XLR cables, and that's who would benefit from the XLR setup on this receiver. This microphone is those who, you know, those who are churches or podcasters or live performers. You want your own individual channel. What I was saying earlier about DJing or home use, most churches or bands, they have a freaking big mixer, so they're not worried about channels. They're not worried about, oh, I gotta say, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're not worried about channels. I like it that this microphone receiver has 2 ways for you to hook up the microphones to a receiver. That's wonderful. I think that's like for me, it's a game changer. And again, I know a lot of microphones receivers do that. I have one that I reviewed a months back. The Rockville. It comes with 2 microphones as well. It's also color coded as well. So I think that companies are becoming more. They're starting to realize that the consumer actually wants to be able to use the stuff and it be user friendly and not have to, well, hey, is this channel 1? Because back in the day, that's what you have to do. When I used to DJ back in the day, that's what you would have to do. I would duct tape channel 1 microphone so that I knew this is channel 1. Channel 1 is the one with the duct tape. Because back in the day, I had a microphone system that had 2 microphones and it was wireless. But we always, me and my buddy would always be like, hey, which was the microphone 1 and channel 1, channel 2? So I just duct tape around the microphone, so like we know that one of the duct tape is channel 1. So the fact that they have colors on the microphone receiver and the actual button right here, I don't have to guess which is channel 1 or here channel A, B, or C, because all I gotta do is look at the color. Red, that's channel A. Boom. So I think I appreciate that they actually they did that. This is a great microphone system. I hope you're listening to it. I'll be listening to it when I had it hooked up to my podcast mixer. Now when I had it hooked up to the PA system. I will say, I hope you're able to hear it fairly well. When I was using the Ordro M5, unfortunately, there was no way for me to hook it up to a mixer. But either so, I still wanted you to be able to hear like the room noises with the microphone, with the speaker on that camera. So definitely any reviews, definitely go out and get this a microphone system. So again, if you enjoyed the review, if you please like, subscribe. Again, check out Melonare quad microphone system. Again, you won't be disappointed. Until next time, peace.